Dum 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 dum, give me gum because you forgot your mic. Hello, hi, and welcome to the BlueNote Fan Report. Guess what? I figured out how to get my stuff shared, and I'm going to bring on somebody that you got to promise me you're not going to boo, because I love this guy. He's a great friend, and we've had some really, really good conversations in the past, and I enjoy talking to him. Nick from Windy City Hockey. How are you doing today, Nick?
Rough game today by the Chicago Blackhawks. Otherwise, it's been a good day.
Yeah, they kind of got pounded by Tampa Bay, didn't they?
They got bullied in the series. Tampa Bay had vengeance, and they wanted to take it to the Hawks after Connor Murphy did lay a questionable hit in the last game we faced them.
Yeah, so it's funny you would use that term bullied, because I actually got blocked on Facebook today because I said this, sorry, fat fingered, because I misspelled Calder, and I got blocked on Facebook. Well, here's what it is. I've been blocked before because there's a guy who was bullying me that reported me bullying when I fought back.
Oh, okay.
So now my account is being heavily scrutinized over that stuff. But I found a workaround. I have an account. I won't call it a burner account, but it's a name that I almost never ever use. And I remembered it. So I joined a couple of the groups that I'm in, and lo and behold, here we go. So hey, have you been watching the Blues game against the Sharks?
I watched about the first 10 minutes of it, then I threw it on the radio because I had a couple things to do.
Oh, no problem. So you've been listening to it. So what do you think so far about what you see right now?
Well, it looked like the San Jose Sharks had a jump on the Blues for the first 5 minutes of the game until St. Louis put up 2 unanswered goals, and the Sharks just looked lackadaisical afterwards.
Yeah, well, actually, they put up 3 unanswered goals, but 1 got called back. No, you're right. This has unfortunately been the MO of the Blues this season. They have not started out like gangbusters. And that first goal was all on Husso. I'm sorry, I'm going to blame Husso. He was out of position. He was trying to play the puck behind the net. It gets squeezed out, and there was no way he could get back and get set in time. Sorry, Husso, I'm blaming that on you. But dun, 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 dun. Everybody in the last couple of days has been pounding on Dunn. And I have been saying, wait a minute, hold on a second. Let's think about something. His partners haven't helped him out, and he's been trying to do too much. He's been trying to play 2 positions in one, and lo and behold, what's he do today? His defense has been solid, and he scores the first goal. He gets that tie, and it's an answer, and it's a quick answer, and it's a strong answer. So, I mean, it's what we needed from that team.
Yeah.
Right? And go ahead, Nick.
It was a weak goal that was against the Sharks for that first one, just because it went horrible deflection off of Erik Karlsson, but otherwise that's what sparked St. Louis, I feel like.
Yeah, no, you're right. And you know what? Deflections and dirty goals have been a huge problem for the St. Louis Blues this year. They haven't gotten a lot of them. And if you're not getting them, you're not going to win games. And that's all there is to it. So to actually get one today, is huge. And, you know, I'll take a dirty goal. No, that wasn't on Jones. Wasn't. All right, I think, is Jones playing, or is it the other guy?
It's Dubnyk.
Dubnyk, I'm sorry, yeah. So I did something this game, and I've talked about this. And, you know, you and me have talked about this. And I remember when we talked to Jamal. We talked about, you and me did a wonderful interview with Jamal Mayers. And when we talked to him, we kind of talked about the bottom 6 guys, right?
Yep.
And one of the things that he talked about was, A, them being the skill being coached out of them, and B, them trying to just do too much and getting their name heard, right? Because if you're not if the fan base doesn't hear you working, they don't know who you are. So I listen to games heavily, not just watch them, I listen. I want to hear whose names they're calling, right? And it was a lot of fun to hear Dunn called. to start to hear Wallman. I'll tell you what, maybe, and maybe since you're listening on the radio, this is more important. I haven't heard Tereshchenko. I haven't heard Schwartz. I haven't heard Shin. I haven't heard O'Reilly a lot. Haven't heard Perron a lot. It seems like the bottom 6 guys are getting a lot of action in this period.
Yeah, I noticed that even when I watched like the first 10 minutes of it on TV, I noticed that they were not as noticeable. O'Reilly a little bit because I believe he got a point on one of the goals, and then afterwards I haven't heard anything about Tarasenko or anyone else on St. Louis side. And then same with the San Jose Sharks. I noticed it was more of the bottom 6 players as well that I've noticed over their top players.
Yeah, so I mean, and so you're seeing that this has become, and you know what? The reason this is the bottom 6 game, and this is what I loved about Jamal when we talked to him. You really got a fear for what the bottom 6 are. I mean, and it's nothing against the guy. I thought the guy was a very skillful guy. I thought he knew what he was doing. I mean, he played in the league, what, 14, 15 years?
Yeah, just about.
Right? You don't play 14, 15 years without talent. Right? And that's all there is to it. So he really learned how to be that guy at the bottom. And the fact that now this is kind of a league where you're starting to roll them lines, it really shows what those bottom 6 guys can do. And sometimes we give too much, we put too much emphasis on the top line guys, and we put too much complaint or blame on the bottom 6.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, man, you know what? And I got to tell you this, Nick. Thank you. I was having a rough time. For you to jump on and say, hey, I got your back, that means a lot to me. It really does. You know? And,
no problem.
You know, and the fact that you and me, we have given each other crap about our teams, right? You know, we do.
Yeah.
But we're friends. We trust each other and we respect each other. And that's what the Blackhawks and Blues rivalry, to me, when it's the best, is when we can respect each other.
And it's easier to respect each other since we're in the same division this year.
Yeah, I know. And you know, we've been in the same division all but like 3 or 4 years of our existence.
Yeah.
Right? The first couple of years when they had the division split out until the second round of expansion, we were in separate divisions.
Yep.
Wouldn't that have been something if in that first 3 or 4 years the Blues would have made it to the finals against the Blackhawks?
It's not going to happen if the Hawks.
No, yeah. This year it absolutely could have happened. And that's an interesting fact. And please, people, I apologize. I know where Jeremy's at, and his internet sometimes is not real solid. We've worked on it with him before, so don't give him the benefit of the doubt. We're doing the best we can in a bad situation. So we really appreciate each and every one of you. Like, oh, wow, I'm not getting a lot of Facebook guys. Oh, it might be because of the way I shared this. Who knows? I shared it. I had to share it with another account, so people may not even know about that account being out there. But at least I got it out there for them. So that's the good thing. So are you going to be able to pay more attention to the game as it goes along? I think he's frozen on me. We're all saying good evening to Ashley, and Jeremy's better half is on. Stole his phone from him. The top line for the Blues was hopping in that period. I don't know. I was listening, and I really didn't hear him called a lot. So that's something that, you know, we'll have to pay attention for. Right now, unfortunately, Jeremy's frozen. Right? Yeah, so this is in the Hawaii STL Blues fan, and in the lounge, it's just under a name that you're not familiar with. And please don't anybody ask me about that name, because I'm not going to say anything. Oops, I lost Jeremy there. Or I lost Nick there, but no problem. Let's keep on going with the BlueNote Fan Report. You know, so I want to ask you, those who are watching, what have you heard? You know, what have you heard? Have you heard? Are you starting to see the things that I've been talking about? Does it make some sense? And what about? True. KyGoooooo got a goal. See, I don't look as KyGoooooo the top line guy, so that's maybe why I'm missing there. So I'll give that to you, Steve. That's one I kind of missed. I was looking at some other things, and now my camera goes away. Hopefully I'll get Nick back. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed him. So I'll say that. So let me get into the stats while we're BSing around and we're having some fun. I'm trying to pull him up now. Jeremy's here. He loves me. Okay, shots. 11-5 for San Jose. Hits are 14-9. 2 minutes for the Blues. The goals have come from KyGoooooo, or from Dunn, from KyGoooooo and O'Reilly. So actually, the top line got 2 goals. And then KyGoooooo from O'Reilly and Perron. So yeah, so really, maybe I'm missing something. Chris Stockley saying that Wallman could be really good with experience, and I'm not discounting that fact. I just think that right now, Mikola is better than Dunn, and he should be in. He's back.
Yeah,
he's back. Hey, man, no problem. We know you and me have dealt with the internet issues before, and that's not a big deal, man. We love you, and we love having you on. So actually, I was just kind of going around and checking it out. The top line of the Blues actually has 2 of those goals, right? The first one from Dunn was assisted by KyGoooooo and O'Reilly, and then KyGoooooo's goal was assisted by O'Reilly and Perron. So this is one of them cases where, while I haven't heard a lot, they're there. They're there. So maybe I need to pay attention a little bit better.
Yeah.
Jeremy's letting me know we got 5 minutes left.
I guess it was more so like the bottom 6 players were showing up more like play-wise, but the top 6 were just not as noticeable, but were getting production.
Yeah. So hey, attempts were 16-11 for the Sharks. Scoring chances were 4-3 for the Sharks. 14-9 hits for the Blues. Defensive zone turnovers. This is nice to see. 4-1 in favor of the Sharks. They had 4. We had 1. Faceoffs 9-8. So not a bad period. We're looking like it's just about. We got just a few minutes left, and that's great. Nick, would I get you back for the second intermission, if possible?
Yeah, you can.
Hey, man, I love it. And I appreciate. No, Nick, I really appreciate this. You and me. We talk when we can, but we have a good connection to. Here we go. Rooster said the coronavirus is deadly. I like that. Ashley, first and fourth lines are the most noticeable today, and I'm kind of with that, and I'm going to trade a little bit more. Want to see more from the Shin line. I kind of agree with that. I'm looking for this period to be the one that you're going to see the real Blues in the second period. You're going to either see the team that knows what they're doing, that comes out and really takes this game to the next level, or you're going to see that Blues team that we've been seeing a lot this year that just is discombobulated, not together, and not communicating. And the reason I say that, because this is the point of the season where your identity is set. But the Blues and Chicago, as a matter of fact, really have a mixed identity this year. And they haven't settled on who they really are. See, I've been paying attention, buddy. I've been paying attention.
Hawks are supposed to be a rebuilder, and then they are in a playoff spot because Patrick Kane.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's a lot of teams there that have a lot of underplayed games that could jump up and knock them out. There's still a lot of things. God, I can't believe I'm going to say that. Patrick Kane's having a real close to an MVP. He's going to get Hart votes, and he's going to get a lot of them.
I think Kane probably wins the Hart if the Hawks make the playoffs, just because Hawks were not supposed to be in that position, and Kane is just having an MVP season yet again.
Oh, Al's good on Northwestern women, but good. Okay, so Wisconsin beats Northeastern in the women's final Frozen Four. It is. So that's a bad news, because that Northeastern had McInnes's daughter on it, so I feel sorry for them, but they had a really good year. So as we're ready to go back to the period. What do you expect to see in this period? And I know you're a Shark. I know you're a Blackhawks fan. Do you see the Sharks taking over, or do you see the Blues taking over?
With how the Sharks are as a team, I can easily see them just fall apart, just because it seemed like they started to fall apart after the 2 goals against. And I can easily see them try and force a grind it out game, but I don't know what we'll see out of this game in this second period. It could be a more of a grinder's second period, which I usually expect when a close game like this is happening.
Oh, I agree with you. So every game that they played, this is the 8th, all 7 have gone down to 1 goal. And I think 3 of them have gone to overtime. So, Nick, it's just about that time. We're about game on. So this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying thank you to Nick from Windy City Hockey. And you know what? As Blues fans, we need to keep up on the enemy. This is the guy you want to watch. Great content. I love watching the show. And I know that he secretly watches mine every now and then. So I got to say this. Aloha, mahalo, and Nick, I'll see you at the second intermission.
All right, see ya.